Hey beautiful souls, welcome to another timeless pick a card reading where we're going to be asking our shadow today, where do I feel neglected? And what we're going to do is we are going to pull from these beautiful archetype cards, and we're going to have a choice of 3 different readings. You, of course, can choose from whichever you would like, what resonates, and as many as you'd like. Timestamps will be available in the description box below, so you can jump to the reading you want. And we will see what we have going on here. One more time. All right. So what are our 3 options about what or where do we feel neglect? And look at here. We've got 1, 2, and 3. So number 1 will be the seeker. We'll put that here. Number 2 will be the goddess. And number 3 will be the father. All right, so this will be number 1, number 2, number 3. We'll start with number 1, but if you want to jump to one of those, like I said, timestamps will be in the description box below, and we'll jump right into number 1. If you chose reading number 1, which is the Seeker card, then this is the reading for you. And the light attribute, this is a thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And the shadow attribute, which is where we will be feeling our neglect, is an inability to commit to a path once it's found. And so there's this, the neglect in our life regarding this is where we don't feel we have the courage or the energy or the answers or the clarity to be able to move forward. And I really feel like with the seeker feels for me like the observer, like our higher self, and how where we have neglect is this connection between ourselves and our higher selves in our lives, because they're the ones that help guide us on our path. I'm really kind of seeing this energy of the hermit energy in the tarot, which shows a hermit with a lantern with usually there's a big bright star inside of it that helps guide the path, but the star is missing or the star is dim, and so the guidance on our path feels darker. We don't see really far ahead. It's almost like driving, if you ever have driven in fog and you can only see with your headlight on, just like, ooh, barely, in front of you. So you have to really slow your path and slow down to be able to not run into things. And so I kind of feel like what's neglecting, what Spirit just wants us to bring to our awareness is that we have an opportunity to connect higher to our higher selves, to connect more to our higher selves, because they have so much guidance. They are also our conduit from which Spirit, connects through us, right? So all of our guardian angels and our spirit guides, our loved ones on the other side, ancestors, unicorns, fairies, spirit creator, whatever you feel those beings of unconditional love and light are, that's our conduit. And they do want to help us on our path. They do want to help us go down this path and help brighten it and have clarity so we don't end up falling in a ditch. So they are it's a gentle nudging. It's not I can't believe you're not paying attention more to us. It's like we want to help. It's like an invitation for a deeper connection to your higher self in the higher realms. So we're going to put this card right here. We are going to also pull a card here from the Seeker Oracle. Oh my God. Seeker Oracle. Yeah, sometimes, it may not be the fastest tool in the shed, but it eventually hits. So let's see. what more they have for all of us that chose number 1. All right, let's see. What else do you have for us? Oh, Seeker Oracle. Okay. Let's see. I got Unorthodox Approach. So that's a great card there. Beautiful, beautiful octopus diving deep. Actually, I'm going to put that over here. And let's see what they have here. So it says there are times when it's both practical and sensible to follow tradition, especially if the traditional process works. However, if the traditional approach offers a reduced reward or benefit each and every time, while a new approach has the potential to yield a greater one, then is not the latter worthy of consideration? Like, have we been doing things all along? Are we getting what we want? Perhaps the latter is the more worthy of consideration at this time. Yes, there might also be less risk involved by following tradition, but sometimes the risks are worth it when they have the potential for changing our lives for the better. If a way forward, an answer or solution is not forthcoming, then it might be time to approach it from a direction that you'd normally not take. When a traditional course of action yields a lackluster response or takes you in a direction you've traveled far too many times before, then it might be time to take an unorthodox approach. A new direction or new process could result in an innovative outcome that improves on the original. It's time to experiment and diversify. It's time for some creative thinking. Trust that the solution or answer to external issues or questions resides within your powerful mind. Octopus is flexible, adaptable, and unpredictable. You can be the same. If people can't accept that you seek to orchestrate change on your terms, meet their resistance with polite defiance. Be the unorthodox, unconventional rebel, or the explorer who forges a new path in a direction that's never been traveled before. Oh my God. So path, the hermit's path that we talked about. Oh my God, this is so perfect. So I do love this. It's right in alignment here. You know, if the path that we're taking isn't taking us where we want to go, it's not bringing us that wholeness, that completeness, not giving us the answers, then we can connect with our upper seeker, our higher seeker. Unorthodox approach to, when I saw that, they're like, yeah, you don't have to, that means connecting to my higher self means I need to be in this spirituality. I need to go to, this, organized religion place, or, oh God, meditation, blah, blah, blah. I've tried it. And it's like, no, it's about a relationship. And every relationship is different. There is not a set thing in stone for a relationship of any kind. Even though we have all these expectations and rules that we create, they're saying no. Just reach out. Develop your own unique relationship with your higher self, with the spirit world. You don't have to box it in any way. There's a lot of freedom that comes through this. So I love it. Let me just put these right here. And then we are going to use the Spirit Song Tarot and get more clarity here. See what else they would like us to know. But I love this. It's like an invitation. Come on, let's go have some fun. Well, what does that look like? I don't know. Let's just hang out and we'll just go with the flow. I just want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. And that's like this, what this invitation is about. Okay, I do want this one right here. All right, so what else for those that chose reading number 1, please? What else for reading number 1? Okay, and I want to this one. I want it to go here. I'm like, okay, we'll do it your way. Okay, and I did want That one too. They're being very selective. It's like step by step, which makes sense. They're just saying that it will all unfold. It doesn't have to be a rush. It's a path that unfolds. So just allow it to, one by one. Don't feel like you have to go from here to here. Just take it a step at a time. I love it. All right, what else? Okay, and then these three. All right, so these are your cards, and we're going to start with this one here, which you have the Queen of Shells, which would be the Queen of Cups in the Standard Tarot. And water is all about emotions, but the Queen of Cups, it doesn't say it on here. I thought this was the one that says intuition on it. But the Queen of Cups is so much like the High Priestess, which is, she's a deep diver into water. Obviously, you have your octopus here, but it's this beautiful energy where not only does she rule over water, but all the queens get an extra dose of water. And so she's double water. She can deep dive into emotions, deep seeking, deep diver. But she also is so much akin to the High Priestess that the High Priestess is who goes into her high temple, goes behind the veil, connects to the spirit world. Huge intuition, huge connection to the spirit world. So huge capacity for you to connect to this higher realm. And so this is definitely a card that's nudging, saying you don't doubt yourself that you have the ability to hear from the spirit world, to connect with the spirit world, to develop that relationship. You are definitely worthy. You have the capacity to. So you have the talent, you have the abilities, so you have the way that you can do that. Let's see what else they want to say. And you have the Page of Feathers. So feathers are the element of air. Also, in the regular tarot, it would be the sword suit. And pages are all about new communication, about new ideas, new ways of thinking that are coming in. They normally have the Ace of Swords in their hands, which is them seeking for the higher truths, those capital T truths, which are of the heavenly realms, those that are rooted in unconditional love. And at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. It allows you to slice away and cut away the small T truths that no longer serve you, those that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. All those opinions, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, like we talked about, the orthodox approach, right? It's like rules, 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 rules. This is about moving up and beyond that, outside of that, and cutting away with those things. But you're able to do that because you're connecting to these truths that are so much higher and grounded in without rules. Then you have the Five of Feathers, which would be the Five of Swords in the Standard Tarot. And fives are a number of change. And the Five of Swords has this energy around it of, in the beginning, it feels like conflict. Because when we aren't aware of these capital T truths and we're all trying to obey all these orthodox approaches, of course, everyone has a different set of conditional love laws, all these opinions, right? No one has 100% of the exact same opinions. And when opinions differ, that's when the swords come out and on God, trying to prove that my small t truths of opinions are more truer than your small t truths of opinions, and backwards, you're either on both sides of that or one side of it, but it creates conflict. It creates, chaos with that. People trying to do that. It causes attacking, which is the fight in fight or flight. And then also, like the armadillo here, they ball up into this protective shell, which is the defensive or running away, the flight in fight or flight. But as you connect more to these higher truths, these capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, you care less about proving these small t truth opinions because you see them for what they are, opinions. just like everything else in life, everyone has them. And not all of them are right, not all of them are wrong, and not all of them are real, because this world is all an illusion, is the basic concept. You get here and you connect to these capital T truths, connecting to your higher self, and you see things from this higher perspective. This talked about seeing things from a different perspective. It's from a higher perspective, one that is of unconditional love, and it transforms this, where you don't have conflict anymore as much. I think as long as we have human part of us here, that the ego will not totally 100% go away unless we do a lot of deep cleansing of our mind and belief systems. But that's for masters. I think we as regular humans will just have a little bit of triggers that will trigger here and there throughout our lives. Yeah, and then you have more feathers, so more mind work here. 2 of feathers, 2 of swords. This is about decision making. And, it talked about in here too, how, when there's decisions to be made and need to know what direction to go, usually there's like 2 swords, over lapping each other. Someone sitting there with a bandage around their eyes, which, kind of leans towards, when you're making decisions, you either make a decision that's all, logic and opinion based on those small T truths that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, and there's usually a moon on the card, which talks about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, seeking a higher, opinion, a higher knowledge to make decisions. And so when there's decisions to be made, they're like urging you to close your eyes so that you can see and you connect more to your higher self. Then your path is lit. Things are more clear on where to head and what to do. Then they want to go below this to this one. Yeah, here we go as well. So the Lover's card is about emotional choices. And I love that both of these are over here, because this is a power that you realize as you connect to your higher self. You realize that there's a lot of fated events we're going to experience here on Earth. But within each of those fated events, we still have the power, one, to choose what story we apply to each situation. This is of the mind. And what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. The card of emotion, right? So every moment is a choice between either unconditional love of the higher realms or of the fear of losing conditional love of the human. And we get to choose what story, we get to choose what emotion we feel. And I know that I was like, are you sure we have a choice? Because it seems like when something happens, I just feel this. And when something happens, this is what it means. I don't feel like I'm choosing that. It just is. And Spirit is so gentle. They're like, here, come take a look. And then they showed that every human child, when we're growing up, is inundated and all these opinions are poured into us. We don't know any better. We just take them all in. We make them all our opinions, even contradictory ones from different people. We just kind of somehow keep it, separated. But we take on all these opinions, and then they're reinforced over and over again, where we believe, that when this thing happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. When this thing happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. It's reinforced over and over and over till it becomes my habit. And then it becomes my habit so much, it becomes my reaction, where it happens so fast, I don't feel like I'm making a decision. But it is a habit. And we are able to change our habit on what we think about something and what we feel about something. And this is the power that comes in with this awareness, this higher awareness that you're gleaning. And then you have the 3 of crystals, the 3 of pentacles. And this is a great card about authenticity. So this is a power that comes in because usually there's like 3 people on the card. One is you creating this beautiful work of art, sharing your love with the world in your own special, unique way. And then there's the other 2 people. One person's the naysayer who stabs you in the back, pokes out your dream, basically, why are you doing it that way? You shouldn't do that. You should do something that's more worth your while, something that makes more money. You're not even going to accomplish that. No one's going to want that, blah, 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 blah. And we, of course, put them outside the circle because we don't want to hear that every day. And the other person is the supporter, someone who's like behind you and they're so proud of you and they can't wait to see what you do, and they might even support you financially and doing that. But they're the one that might be stronger to pull us off track, because our ego, of course, likes that attention. The little child in us likes the support, likes them being on our side. And so when they say something, hey, have you ever thought of trying to doing it this way? They might be doing it just purely out of love and, hey, just sharing ideas. But our little child goes, uh-oh, if I don't do what they say, they're going to go join that naysayer camp, those people that are, bad-mouthing me and, trying to tear me down. So this is your authentic path, and you might go off a little bit over here and do more of that. And this card is basically saying, connect to your higher self, find your authentic path and stick to it. You have the power of choice. Everyone has a choice of what story and emotion they put around things. You can't control it for others. You can't make someone happy, and you can't make someone upset. Yeah, we can all make it a harder or an easier choice for someone to choose love or, fear. But ultimately, it's everyone individual's choice, and you can't spend all of your energy trying to influence everyone else's emotions, because that's their journey, not yours. You're responsible for your authentic path and sharing your love in your own specific, unique way, because we need you to do that. And then your final card is the Three of Acorns, which would be the Three of Wands in the Standard Tarot. And what this means, being your final card here, is that with all this information, you change course, you change your path. You've been on this path all along, thinking this is what you've wanted in life with what you've known. But now with this new knowledge, this new connection, this new relationship, this new information that you get, you are like, what? I'm going to alter my course and do something that's more in alignment with my own authentic self, because I don't need to worry about all that. I've got this relationship. I've got this knowledge. I've got this change that's coming in. And what a beautiful, beautiful change in your life, because you have passion, you have drive, you have this excitement of what you want to do, instead of you might be living this dream that's been handed to you before, where you wake up in the morning going, oh God, I got to go live my dream today. Instead of, oh God, I get to go live my dream today, And so there's this change that's happening because of this. And I absolutely love this for you guys. So deep breaths and accept this invitation from your higher self in the spiritual realm to have this own unique, unorthodox relationship with them, without borders, without expectations, and enjoy this absolutely beautiful adventure as that star within your hermit's lamp just explodes and becomes so bright. It'll bring so much beautiful clarity into your lives. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a-card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign. Also, I put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then also clicking the subscribe button will give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all. And if you click on there, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out my channel. And also you'll be notified of when I go live to provide free readings on YouTube. I do it throughout the week. This is a timeless pick-a-card reading, so I'm not going to put the exact times because you never know. I might change those off and on. But I do go live and plan on going live, providing free tarot readings for the rest of my life. So you should be able to find me somewhere going live on YouTube. So also, in addition to doing those things, this also helps spread the Zen Love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, or subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it does want to share the videos of my channel automatically with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful. These also are general readings. I do provide personal readings, so if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, all that information is listed in the description box of this video below. All right, beautiful people, beautiful seekers, as you go throughout each and every moment of every day of your life, please know that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. I'll be talking with you soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, which is the Goddess card, then this is the reading for you. And it's interesting because we've got both the Goddess for this reading and then the next reading, the Father. So we've got the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine showing up, Mother and Father. And so when we're asking where do we feel neglect, there's kind of this dual message that comes in here for this one, which is going to be, because this is a general reading, of course, about a physical mother, the physical nurturing that you felt neglected in receiving that in your life. And there's also the divine feminine side of yourself. And all of us, regardless if we're male or female or how we identify, we do have the divine masculine and divine feminine in our lives. And so this is about the divine feminine side is what is being neglected in our lives, where we could use more attention to. We, of course, will dive more deeply into this. So we are going to put Miss Goddess right here. And we're going to dive in deeper by pulling a card from this Seeker Oracle to find out what else they want us to know about this divine feminine energy. So we use a couple shuffles. Of course, all the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box below. So if any of these catch your fancy and you want to pick them up for yourself, you know where you can get them. All right. So what else for those that chose the Goddess, please, for reading number 2? Okay, this is the one right here. And we've got the Made for Motion. Look at that Goddess here on the card. Beautiful, beautiful energy there. We'll put her right here. And let's see what message comes in with her. It says, humans were made for motion, but our lives now keep many of us still for too many hours every day. As a consequence of living a more sedentary lifestyle, we may develop a multitude of physical and mental health issues. Our minds and our bodies become inflamed and vulnerable to dis-ease and to stress. The message of this dancing goddess, can't make it up, is that you need to make time for regular movement. It doesn't have to be exercise. It is hard work to sustain and maintain a routine exercise session if you don't enjoy it. In fact, you're more likely to give up if it's not fun, and even more likely not to do it if you feel uncomfortable or ashamed. Let go of any shame, dear soul. Know that you are divine. But it is important to love your body, and your body needs you to move and to keep it strong. If traditional exercise is something you avoid, then dance while you clean the house, work in the garden, go for a swim or a bike ride. If you're stuck in an office, try sneaking in some stretches. You can be seated and still keep your body moving. Movement can help to keep us healthy and happy. If you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, turn on some music and dance. Get up and go for a walk. Play with your pet. Put your hands in the earth. A little extra movement can help you to sleep better, can give you more energy, and improve your ability to focus. Keep your brain happy and active by keeping your body happy and active. Of course, we're not licensed medical professionals, so if you have any physical concerns or any health needs, please seek a professional medical individual. But I like this because what I'm feeling from this is really Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, that it is time to nurture yourself. You can do so much that you are giving to everyone else, everywhere else, that it's time to take this action towards you to really activate this Mother Luna, the Queen of Pentacles or Empress in the tarot is all about this nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, allowing yourself to birth new things, all that energy that you use for other people. It's about allowing that to come for you. Allow this beautiful energy to be invested in you for your health, for you. And I kind of feel like for those of you that chose this, you're like an overgiver. You give so much in your life, and you're taught that, especially women in our culture are taught that they're supposed to sacrifice themselves for everyone else. But it is, throughout our culture with everyone, but again, really overemphasized with mothers and women. But, everyone is taught you are supposed to give yourself up for everyone else, sacrifice everything for you. And then if there's anything left over, you get the crumbs. But this is all about letting that energy fill you up, giving you that nurturing and Mother Nature energy for yourself. So I really love that for you. We're also going to use the Spirit Song Tarot and see what else that they would like you to know about this. But it is a time for you to really connect to yourself. So where are you feeling neglect? Where is your shadow showing neglect? It's about giving yourself the attention you deserve, giving yourself the love you deserve, because no one knows you like you, and no one can give you the love to yourself like you can. And that's what they're basically saying. So let's see what else. One more time. All right, what else, please? Okay. Sorry, they really want that one there. Okay. What else? They really want that one right there too. Okay. So let's get these just organized here. And we will start with this one right here. And you got the Page of Shells, the Page of Cups. Cups are our emotions, and the pages are about new emotional, like an upgrade in your emotions, a heightened love coming in, which is so perfect for this, because as you give this love to yourself, wow, right? It's like, wow, so this is the love, as you turn inward and upward for this love that you're seeking, you find this love that is unconditional, eternal, no conditions, nothing you can do to lose it, nothing you can do to earn any more of it, because you have 100% of it. And so connecting to this beautiful divine feminine energy of the heavenly realms, we have the mother and father of all things, who is our creator. They have this beautiful unconditional love that they'd love to flood you with, and you can access that within your emotions, within your own heart. It talks about intuition here too, which is about you connecting inward and finding this beautiful, beautiful just connection with yourself. Because when you are drained all the time, like if you feel like you're this barrel and everyone's plugged in to the bottom and they're sucking the life force out of you, you're drained, right? You are not you're not feeling whole and complete. And your spiritual gifts and your abilities are drained too, because you have no energy because you're giving it to everyone else. But when you instead get rid of that barrel and become a chalice where no one plugs in, and you are able to fill up with that love and then overflow, everyone gets the overflow, which allows you to always be at your full maximum, which also means your spiritual gifts and abilities are also getting energy and activated. So I kind of feel like as you do this, you will also start to, like, your intuition and other things are just going to expand within you as well. And the 10 of feathers. It says recovery here on the bottom. 10 of feathers is like the 10 of swords in the standard tarot. And the 10 of swords normally has someone that is laying down on the ground, 10 swords stuck in their back, and they're exhausted, which is what we talked about. And the swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations. And it's usually, you're at the edge of this, like I said, you're exhausted because you're trying to live up to all these expectations, trying to have everyone else be happy, everything we've talked about. It's all these conditional love laws that you've been fed all your life, all these opinions of who you're supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be in order to be lovable and acceptable. That's where this unconditional love is so refreshing, because there's no conditions for it. This one is bitter. There's expectations around it. It's sour, but this is beautiful and lovely. And it's great. This is a great card to get because the 10 of feathers, 10's endings and new beginnings. You're ready to let go of those expectations. You're ready for new thoughts and new beliefs about what you want in life and who you are. But definitely this is all about recovery, which is what this is talking about, giving yourself that nurturing. And then you have the King of Feathers. So you have the King of Swords, which is great. This means you are really mastering your thoughts and your beliefs, because they usually have the Ace of Swords, which is what allows you to not only connect to capital T truths rooted in unconditional love, it allows you to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs of the human opinion that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. The kings, not only does he roll over air, all the kings in the minor arcana get an extra dose of air. So this is a lot in your mind. You are definitely, during this period here, reviewing a lot of your thoughts and beliefs about life and yourself and others in the world and what you want. And so this is beautiful. You're taking reign over your mind. You're taking reign over your beliefs and your expectations. So I love that for you. And then you have the Five of Shells, which is the Five of Cups. And hope and readjustment. The Five of Cups usually shows someone stand there looking over 3 spilled cups, and there's 2 cups behind them. And I love that because it does tell us that we came here to experience these fears of losing conditional love and all those emotions that are rooted in fear, like sadness and anger and betrayal and resentment and all those delicious, uncomfortable emotions that we're told are wrong and we're not supposed to feel, but we came here to feel it. And it is great. We mourn, we look, we feel loss, we feel emotion, but the Two of Cups is our savior. It helps us escape when we're ready, because the Two of Cups tells us that every moment there's an emotional choice, either of the fear of losing conditional love or of unconditional love. And knowing that we have another option makes, when we're feeling these emotions of fear, not so desperate, not such like a prison sentence, because we know that when we're ready and we're done, that we can also choose a different emotion. And we have this power that comes in with this. So don't beat yourself up for feeling emotions that are not spiritual and positive. It's okay. You can feel what you want to feel, but know when you're done, there's another option. And then you have the Knight of Shells. Yep, so Knight of Shells, Knight of Cups. So the knight of this, the suit, So Knight of Cups is all about movement of emotion. I mean, you've got the shells here, so you know that you are making this movement in your emotions. You're ready to feel something different, something higher, something very nurturing for yourself. And the knights, of course, they all quest, and what the knights quest for is the Holy Grail, is the chalice full of the unconditional love. So you have the page, which comes before the knight, and so you definitely are on this search here for a deeper, meaningful, unconditional love from within. And you have the Strength card, courage and endurance. And the beautiful Strength card in the Standard Tarot does show like a lion, and a maiden. And the lion represents your human self. And that human self, is told you need to, it's hungry and thirsty, first of all, when it comes here, right? And it's told, go out here and search for that which will make you feel whole and complete and not thirsty anymore. And it's not aware of the maiden yet, but the maiden, our higher self, is always aware of our human self. And I don't know if I mentioned the maiden is our higher self. It usually has an infinity symbol above their head, which represents our infinite self. And at first, we're not aware of it. We're just having our human experience full of all these expectations and all these emotions. And we're trying to fill our belly and not feel thirsty anymore in our soul. And as we go out here, and there's 3 areas that we're told to eat and drink from: relationships, situations, and things. And they're all unstable. They do not fulfill us very long, if at all, because relationships, people change or they pass away. So not eternal fulfilling. Situations like that we can get ourselves in, jobs, education, social status, things like that, they always change. They never stay the same. And things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, those things deteriorate. They're stolen. They burn down, they break. So all those things are not fulfilling. And so the lion in the traditional Strength card is desperate. It's angry. It's hungry, angry. It's roaring in the jungle. And our higher self, of course, is always aware of our human self, feels and hears the desperation and comes down. And it doesn't come down to kill off the lion. It doesn't come to cage the lion to protect other people from it. And it doesn't try to manipulate it or control it like they do in circuses where they have the whip and the chair and all that. Because our higher self knows what our human self is truly hungering for is the unconditional love from above. And what's great is that, and very convenient, our higher self is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And so our higher self comes down, gives the lion a big hug, and that lion transforms from a roaring lion in the jungle to a purring little lion cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling full, no longer thirsty, and feeling the love that it's been searching for all along. And that's where this kind of nurturing can come from as well. And what's great is now that the lion is aware of the higher self doesn't come down like Superman and rescue and fly away. Now they join hand in paw, and now they walk together through life together and experience life in a completely different way than they ever have. So I love how this is unfolding for you. And then your final card is the Chariot card. And a beautiful card of power, because this does tell you that, you're aware of that in each moment. It's either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, right? The maiden or the lion in the beginning, but you get to choose what you want in each moment. And we talked about with, that there's no wrong choice, but you get to choose through all these fated events that we're going through in life, what story you want to put to the situation and what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. So you connecting and nurturing yourself here, this transformation that happens. You have so much strength and power that comes in because of this connection to this divine feminine energy, this mother nature, mother nurture energy, where you're focusing on yourself. You're finding your true self, your capital S self, that brings in this freedom, that brings in this power. So I absolutely love this for you. So I'm going to leave the reading there. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these pick a card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and several other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you do get access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all. And if you click on that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel, and also be notified when I go live to offer free readings on YouTube. Now, I won't put all the times and everything in here because this is a timeless video, so I plan on always going live at some point on YouTube to provide free readings. So if you haven't stopped by and checked it out, I'd love to see you there. Also, doing all those things I mentioned does help spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video, share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, or subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy. It does want to share the videos of my channel automatically with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I'm very, very grateful. These also are general readings. If you're looking for more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, beautiful people, goddesses of all kinds, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose reading number 3, which is the Father card, then this is the reading for you. And I found it interesting that we've got both the Mother Divine Feminine energy in reading number 2, and then we have the Divine Masculine Father energy in reading number 3. I mean, what are the chances of that? So some beautiful energies coming in. Now, when asking the question of our shadow, where do we feel neglected? There is, of course, the duality of this where, it's a general reading. Some of you will be looking at the neglect that we have felt from fathers in our lives, or father figures, and then also the divine masculine energy that, is not strong in our lives currently. And regardless if we're male or female or how we identify, we all have the divine masculine and divine feminine energy in us. So this can apply to all of us here. We, of course, will dive in deeper. We'll put them over here. And we are going to look into these Seeker Oracle. All the cards I do use in a reading, by the way, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. But we'll take a look here and see what else they want us to know about this divine masculine father energy. One more time. All right. Okay, so for those that blah, 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 they didn't let me finish. And this is Heed the Vibes. Look at the scorpion. Sting, sting. Beautiful. So we'll put that right here. And let's see what message comes with this. So Scorpion has poor eyesight, but this limitation does not prevent it from obtaining what it needs. Scorpion can sense its prey with the small hairs on its pedipalps, its claws. These hairs are so sensitive to vibration that it can locate airborne prey with ease. Wow. The particles that make up all forms of matter are in constant motion. The air around you is never still. At normal room temperature, oxygen and nitrogen molecules move through the air at speeds of 300 to 400 meters per second. A crystal on your shelf is made up of ordered particles that cannot move past each other but vibrate in place, like this beautiful selenite crystal. When you are still, you vibrate. Your body might appear to be motionless, but everything within it is in motion, even your mind. Your physical, mental, and emotional state affect your vibrational frequency. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the ebb and flow of the energy within it? Have you ever met someone and felt drawn to them or repelled by them? Many people are sensitive to other people's vibration. Scorpion asks that you hone your senses, heed the vibes around you. No, don't act on them blindly. Instead, use what you sense as a reason to look deeper, to observe, to ask questions, and then to act. I like this energy. What I'm really picking up from this combination is kind of this emperor energy, this father, authoritative, divine, masculine energy, where the divine feminine energy is like the chalice, where it's the receiving. This masculine energy is about, it's like the magician. It has the ace, it's the, wands. He has the ace of wands. It's about action, movement, focus. Being aware of whatever you focus on is what grows in your life, and really owning your energy. What are you growing? What are you focusing on? Because whatever you focus on is what grows in your life, right? So if you're focusing on what's lacking and missing in your life, that expands. If you're focusing on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, then that expands. So you are really this master, of your energy. And I feel like this is a call to be aware of, where am I, where do I feel neglect in my life? I feel like I am powerless. I feel like I am, my energy is being directed for me, and that I'm not directing my energy. And this is information. This is a kind of a nudge to let you know that you actually are the one who controls it. You're not a stable hand that is throwing, horse poop everywhere. You're the king. You're the emperor of your kingdom. And you are the one that puts the rules and decides what you want it to be. It's not assigned to you. So I feel like this empowerment is coming through this reading for you. Okay, and they do want to these three right off the bat. Okay, so let's see. They didn't even let me shuffle. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh, yep. So they say, yeah, we're in control of this reading. Absolutely. Let's shuffle here. All right. What else, please? They are funny. They are funny. Okay. And they do want... So all the others only had 4 here, but they're giving you an extra one. We will fit all these in here. All right, and then we'll put these 3 here. Let's put these over here, and we will start with this one down yonder, and let's see what we've got. So you have the 4 of acorns, which is the 4 of wands in the Standard Tarot, which is all about stabilized energy. So there is this solid message about, the energy that has been feeling like it's all over the place, because like we just talked about, you feel like your energy is being controlled by outside sources, but this awareness is coming in here that you are the one who controls it, which brings in this beautiful steadiness, because you're no longer, have your spidey sense activating, right? Because you're like, well, when that happens, this is what it does to my energy. And when that person does it, this is what it does to my energy. And you're realizing like, no, you're the one who, whatever you're focusing on is what grows. You get to determine what your energy does and no one else. So there's this power that's coming in here for you. And you have the Two of Shells, which is the Two of Cups in the Standard Tarot. Two of Cups is about the power of choice, which basically tells you that in each moment, there's either an emotion of unconditional love or of the fear of losing conditional love. And you have the choice between what you want to feel in each moment. So again, this energy, this emotional energy, they're reaffirming here that it is you that has this choice of what you want to feel. And I know I talk about it a lot that, I didn't feel like I was making a choice for the stories I put in a situation or the energy I'm putting in a situation or emotion I'm feeling. I go, it just feels like this thing happens and this is how I feel, and that thing happens and this is how, what it means, the story I put to it. It just is. And they, of course, show that every human, when we're younger, we're filled with all those opinions, all the supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's that, when that happens, that's how you're supposed to feel. When that happens, that's what it means. When that happens, this is the energy that's around it. So that's it. And then we take it on as our own opinion. We make it our habit to feel and think and act in those ways. And then it becomes our reaction where it happens so fast that we don't feel like we're making a decision, but we really are. It's a habit that has been formed and it just happens very quick. But this is telling you that you can change that habit. You can change what something means and what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. And it's all about taking your energy back for yourself. Yeah, you have the Ace of Crystals, which is all about, I think it even says on here, manifestation on the bottom, which is about you bringing in what you are wanting into the physical world around you. It is your power to whatever you're focusing on is what manifests itself in the outside world. It starts from what's happening within, and then it materializes. Whatever you're focusing on is what activates. And so this does show new opportunities, new things arriving in your outside world because you are learning that you have this power, and so you're transforming things. It's like under new management. Your life is under new management. And you're realizing, going, oh, wow, I am the one that has been choosing. And now that you realize that it's your inner energy that's impacting your outer world, you're making changes on how you're approaching all that. And you have the Six of Shells, which would be the Six of Cups. And this is great too, because the Six of Cups is kind of called the nostalgia card, and it is about transforming your memories, your emotional memories. It also can be about people from the past reappearing into your life as well, on purpose, for a purpose, either to remind you of old energies so that you can overcome them, or they're part of your journey to help mirror things for you as well. But the Two of Cups, the Two of Shells here, helps you with this, because when you realize that each moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, you know that when you go back and look at a memory, it's going to be either of one or two of one or the other of those energies, right? So if it's an unconditionally loving energy, then yeah, that's joy, that's wonderful, yay, right? Celebration. But if it's a painful memory, then you know it's of the fear of losing conditional love is what energy was all over that memory in that situation and that event. You have the power to transform that emotional energy. And you do that by realizing that because it was not of unconditional love, it was of fear. And when humans are in fear, we go out of our minds, literally, because when our body goes into fight or flight, the blood rushes from our brain to our arms to fight, or our legs to run like crazy. And so we go into this reactionary mode. We're not making decisions of love and considering other people and logical, because our brain doesn't want us to do that and stand there and getting eaten by something. It just wants us to react and get to safety and feel in control again. And then once we're that, then we return back to our minds. So when you realize that whatever was going on, however many people were involved, if people were not acting in an unconditionally loving way, they were acting out of fear. The little child inside of them felt unsafe and out of control and was like a cornered animal that was trying to do whatever it could to get back in control again. And so the actions that happened in here were not personal, right? It's when you go out to rescue someone who's drowning and they, their arms are flying all over the place, and then they smack you upside your head because you are getting close to rescuing them. That wasn't personal. They're panicking. Then they grab onto you and pull you underwater with them, and you're like, oh, okay, attempted murder. But it's like, no, it was not personal. They were panicked. They were an animal that was trying to do whatever it could. It's like rescuing a cat from a tree, or when a cat gets scared and it runs up over your head with all its claws. It's just not personal. They were just freaking out and trying to do whatever they could to feel safe again, right? And so you look back at those memories and you understand they were in fear. They were in fear. I was in fear. And okay, so this situation isn't really what I had thought it meant before. I see these people differently. I see myself differently, and I see this situation differently. And then the memory transforms. So I love that. And then you also have the Six of Crystals. And this is great. The Six of Crystals is about this, it's the outside world. The Six of Pentacles, about giving and receiving. And I call it my codependency awareness card too. So there is this energy, this awareness that comes in here, as you're connecting more and more back to your power and realizing who you really are, and that you're so much more than this human. I kind of look at this is your human self and your higher self sitting together, realizing that if you're connect to this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that you are, you realize that your worth is connected to that and not connected to the outside world. Because when you have your worth connected to this outside world, we develop these, codependent tendencies. Generally, you are a overgiver, someone who feels that you have to give 100 of something to someone in order to get one thing back. And so you're in this position where you're just stuck in this energy of overgiving, and not allowing people to give to you, because that scares you. Because if people give to you, it means you're not needed, and that you're going to be, you're needy, and you're going to be dumped to the side, right? And so there is this energy that comes in here that you get to the root of who you are. You get to like these old memories that were telling you all of those things, that you're worthless unless you can give something to someone. Chances are, when you were looking in those situations, you were having to work so hard to get attention from parents or teachers or people in authority, people that you wanted attention from. You had to do extreme things to get attention from. But this is allowing you to heal from that to where you don't feel like you have to overgive, and that you can have an adult to adult relationship with people instead of switching it to where you're the adult and they're the child, and you feel you have to care for them and give and give and give and not let them give back to you. Because in a codependent relationship, which I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships, you tend to give and give and give until you're exhausted, and then give and give and give until you're resentful. And baby bird here, your daddy, mama bird feeding baby bird. Baby bird wanted to give, but you wouldn't let him. So they want to give too. So they give outside of this relationship, either becoming workaholics and pouring all their energy into their work, or into working out, or a hobby, or their friends, or affairs, And so this Six of Crystals, this codependency awareness, is this flow, this change of your emotions, this change of how you interact in the outside world, where you're able to receive from people without feeling like you have to overgive or undergive. It's just this wonderful give and take energy that comes in instead. So this beautiful getting control of your energy allows you to really make some significant changes in your actions inside that also flow out to the outside world. And then you have the Three of Acorns, which is the Three of Wands in the Standard Tarot. And this means with this new information, with this new power, this new awareness, that you are switching course. You're changing direction in your life, which makes sense when you realize that you're the one in control of your life and your energies and what you think in each moment and what you decide. You're like, someone else was deciding my course for me, but now I am going to go this direction because this is my life, my energy. I'm the one that's the pilot, not someone else. So you get to decide, and that you do make these changes in your life in the direction that you're headed and where you invest in your energy. Yeah. The Chariot card, which is all about victory and power of choice. Back to the power of choice. They want to make sure they bring that home, that every moment you are the one that's in control of what something means, what story you apply to it, and what emotion you want to feel as you go through it, and where you invest your energy. So you're the one that's behind the wheel. You're the one that's holding the reins and guiding where you go. So both of those very much reinforce everything. And then you have the Page of Acorns. Acorns is the wands, it's the fire energy. Pages are about new levels of energy coming in. Makes so much sense, right? All this energy that you've been investing in everything else and everyone else and where people have been telling you wanted to do it. You're retracting back all this energy back to you, and you are directing where you want it to go. You are directing your energy, what you want to expand. And so you do have this flood of energy that returns back to you, and it feels very powerful because it is. I absolutely love this for you. So this wonderful energy that you're taking this back, that you are the one in charge of your life and no one else is. It doesn't mean that you don't do things with others and involve others in your life and, go down a path together, but you are the one that is choosing what emotions that you're putting, what stories, and where you invest in your energy, and no one else can control that except for you. And I love this empowerment that's coming. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick a card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you get access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there's an all option. If you select that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that do come out on this channel, and also get notified when I go live to provide free tarot readings on YouTube. I know this is a timeless reading, so I won't put the times that I'm currently doing it, but I plan on forever offering free YouTube, readings. So if you haven't stopped by to check it out, I'd love to see you. Also, doing all those things I mentioned does help spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, and subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm just go crazy, and it wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box of this video below. All right, beautiful people, as you go through this adventure, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.